Yep.
I told you there's stuff moving in this place.
I just got chills.
Haunters, I'm telling you, we're seeing shadows moving around. Miss Jill's doing the tour with us. And we're seeing things move, shadows move around on the top. And I saw a shadow going down the stairway. And also, I just saw something move in that window up there. But I gotta get a shot of this roof for you guys. Look up, haunters. Look up, haunters. Boot, kill the light. Just cover it with your body. Look at that, haunters. Look at it. That's why we do what we do. These places are amazing. And this is for the working people and the people that are too old to travel and come to these amazing places. We like to bring it to you because this has been preserved by someone who loves it and cares for it. And we're fortunate enough in Florida to have this so we can come and visit it. So I suggest anyone that has the time and the patience for the parking to come down and check out this amazing place. All right, we're gonna move on with the tour, hunters. All right, we're gonna try to do this in one take, all right? All right. Try to do it in one take. Yep. All right, haunters. Oh. One take, 2 takes. All right, haunters, here we are. The Tampa Theatre, downtown Tampa. One of the most haunted locations in all of Florida. We booked a tour with Miss Jill. She's gonna show us all the amazing hot spots, and then we're gonna do an investigation. Let's go find Miss Jill and get started. Found Miss Jill, and she's gonna graciously start the tour. She's gonna show us one of the first hot spots. Take it away, Miss Jill.
Well, welcome to the Historic Tampa Theatre. And we are actually standing in our first hotspot that we share on our ghost tours. We are right here in the front of the historic lobby, and it's here that we tell the story of Robert Lanier, who is the only person who has ever died at Tampa Theatre. So Robert Lanier came to us a little bit later in life. This is him right here. He had already spent his career as both an insurance salesman and mechanical engineer. And as a retirement job, he came here to Tampa Theatre to be a ticket taker. Well, on the morning of May 29th, 1959, a 76-year-old Robert showed up to work just like normal, and he started about his duties. Well, along about noon, Robert unfortunately found himself alone here in the lobby. And a few minutes later, one of his coworkers elsewhere in the building heard a crash. She said it sounded like a sign had fallen. So she came running, others came running, and they found Robert laying right about where I'm standing, bleeding from a head wound. Now they took him to Tampa General Hospital, and the attending physician, after declaring Robert dead, said that his injuries made it look like he had been beaten up. Now, we know a little bit about Robert's last day thanks to a newspaper article that ran the next day in the Tampa Tribune. The headline here says, "Doorman at Theater Drops Dead." And what this tells us is that Robert died from his injuries, from bleeding out from that head wound. But what this story doesn't do is explain what happened. What happened to Robert? Now, a couple of years ago, Robert's family contacted us. They lived in Atlanta at the time, and they're actually the ones that brought us the photo. They had heard that we were telling Robert's story on the tour, and they wanted to make sure we were telling it correctly. So after they went on the tour and agreed that yes, we were sharing all the information they had, we asked them what they thought happened to Robert. And they said, you know, we really don't know. We have two theories. One was that it was just Robert being Robert. See, Robert had a little bit of a flair as a ticket taker. When people would come up the ramp and hand him their ticket, he would spin around, click his heels, and then hand them back their ticket stub. So his family thought maybe it was just Robert practicing his spin. Maybe he tripped over his feet, hit his head on the railing on the way down, and it was just an accident. But their other theory, their darker theory, see, Friday, May 29th was a payday. And according to his family, they are confident that Robert got paid, but that money was never found. They wonder if maybe somebody let themselves in off Franklin Street and relieved Robert of his paycheck. But what we do know all these years later is that investigative groups that spend some time here in the lobby do tend to get some interesting readings. We get temperature fluctuations. We get EMF meters that are off the charts. But the weird thing is that it only happens at the beginning of an investigation, at the beginning of a tour. That's why we start the tour here. And it kind of makes sense, because Robert was a ticket taker. He would have started here in the lobby to welcome our guests inside, and once the program had begun, he would move off to other things.
Miss Jill, can you give us kind of a history of the Tampa Theatre, how old it is, and basically, what it's doing now currently?
Tampa Theatre was built in 1926 as a silent movie palace. So we have been here on Franklin Street showing the movies for almost 100 years. We were rescued by the city of Tampa in the 1970s when the building was slated for demolition. And now today, the city of Tampa owns the building, and the Tampa Theatre Incorporated, who I work for, program this building to the tune of 1,000 showtimes a year. Everything from films, live concerts, tours, education programs, and special events.
All right, Haunters, our first location is where Mr. Robert was found passed away, where he met his end right here at the lobby at the foot of the stairs. We're get the REM pod set up, and we're gonna do the yes/no machine. And we're just gonna call out for a minute, and then we're gonna try the spirit box. Robert, we came to visit with you. Would you like to let us know that you're here? We'd like to speak to you. We hear that you come and go occasionally. We'd like to see if you could touch the REM pod for us. You know what it is. You've seen these devices before. You know they won't harm you. We're not trying to disrespect you. We'd just like to know if you're here. A lot of the haunters would like to see evidence of your presence here. Touch my REM pod. All you do is touch it. You can walk next to it. I also have a machine over here. See, my mic flipped over. Did that just go off? No. And I have the yes/no machine. All you have to do is either side. You touch it, answer questions. Just let me know you're here. You can use that as well. It's a proximity alert. That'll go off in a moment. We know you don't know us, but Miss Jill's here, and we were invited by Miss Jill, so we're not here trespassing. We were invited here. I'm going to give you a moment, and then I'm going to try the spirit box because we don't have much time. You got us, Jay? Can you see this one over here, Jay? Mr. Robert, we understand that they found you here in poor condition and then you passed away. When I get the spirit box, maybe you can tell me what happened to you. All right, we're going to try the spirit box, all right, Robert? Robert, right? I'm sorry. I'm so bad. This one is loud, the SP7. The SP7. What the? That's because it's on FM.
We're going to do a jam session.
I don't like it on FM. Oh my. There we go. You know how to talk through the spirit box. Can you tell me hello? Again, we were invited here, so we're not trespassing. Can you say hello to us? We know it's early. We know the theater's not open yet, but we did buy a ticket. So don't be angry with us. We did pay to be here. We're not freeloaders. Maybe booze. Maybe. Did you pay? We don't have much time, Mr. Robert. Maybe you just say hello. Tell us what happened to you. Anything you'd like to share with us. You have a beautiful home here, and we're very happy we were allowed to come and visit with you. Oh, you hear that? What was that? Why would we get a whistle on AM radio? I would like to think that was Robert, but I don't know. You remember we got a lot of whistles at the main? Oh, was that you that whistled, Robert? Oh, he said yes. Did you get that? He whistled again. Was that you, Mr. Robert? Touch it again. Why would you be whistling instead of talking to me? Did you see that?
I did.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you touch the other one, Mr. Robert? Did you walk by? Jeremy, are you catching any faces with us? Is the camera catching anything over here? You know that one has an adjustable lens, right? Okay. And if you want to focus on something particular, you can touch the viewfinder. Like if you want to focus on Boo's forehead, because it's almost as big as, no, never mind. All right, Mr. Robert, well, that was exciting. I got excited about that. I got very excited about that. So, do you want to touch something else before we move to the manager's office? You can do it. You can do it, Mr. Robert. You can do it. Give me one more touch. Any one of these. See how quiet it is on the spirit box inside?
That is not quiet. Nothing about that is quiet.
Put the tri-field down. All right, Mr. Robert, thank you. That was so cool. Let's see Mr. Robert standing around. Jeremy, you watching me? Now this thing makes an audible alarm. So normal to milligauss, and a lot of people say this is pseudoscience, but let me tell you, this thing measures a scientific unit of measurement called a milligauss. And the normal industrial use of that unit measuring you is a Gauss. So this is a very small amount of electromagnetic field. It's called a milligauss. And normally in a house, you're getting about a 0.0, 0.2, 0.3 environmental milligauss typically in a home. It is a fun word. It makes me feel good when I say it. I say it at Burger King, McDonald's. Are you anywhere around here, Mr. Robert?
Robert stood there where Sky's standing.
Here, let me see, Sky.
Someone turned my camera off. Let me stop recording.
What happened? Oh, it's a temperature alarm. That's the heat alarm. It's not hot in here. Now, haunters, let me see. Haunters, this alarm went off at the cemetery when I visited, and someone asked me, I'm going to turn this up. Somebody asked me if I visit the cemetery over and over, do I think that they remember me? My answer is yes, I do. I do think spirits remember you. And so this was something, this must be very easy to trigger on this device, but this also will indicate a cold spot. That'll turn blue if it's cold. And we're in an air-conditioned theater, and it is not warm in here, and the temperature is definitely not getting warmer. If anything, it would be getting cooler because it's getting later outside. So for that heat sensor to go off is very unusual. What, babe?
even for ghosts, for it to make it hot, it's weird.
Yes, but there are some, Miss Jill, there are some people that believe that ghosts can make it hot or cold, right? They can change the temperature, right? I mean, there are some investigators. I don't know about some of the ones that I watch on the YouTubes, but I have heard, like Jason Hawes and Taps and some of those guys, talk about that the temperature can change, hot or cold. All right, Mr. Robert, we're going to wrap it up down here. We're going to move our stuff up to the manager's office. We thank you for that. That was pretty exciting. I got excited. I don't know about you guys, but I did. All right, we're going to move upstairs.
Whenever we have ghost tours in the building, one of the first things I tell everybody is to download Ghost Radar Classic. Now, I understand that a lot of professional paranormal investigators would look at this and laugh. In fact, our partners here with Genesis Paranormal Services make fun of me all the time that I tell people about this. But it actually figures really prominently into the story here at the manager's office. When I started at Tampa Theatre 13 years ago, and I learned all these ghost stories from my predecessor, the story that she would tell at the manager's office was the story of Joe the janitor. Because the story went that on occasion, employees of Tampa Theatre, when they're down in the lobby, will hear keys up at the top of the stairs, as though somebody's trying to get into this office. And my predecessor, Tara, always attributed that to a ghostly presence with a big ring of janitor's keys. We did have a janitor named Joe at the time. Problem was that Joe was still alive. So I don't think he was the one haunting the building. But I also didn't know how to figure out what was really going on up here. Enter Ghost Radar Classic. So I had a private tour in the building one night, and they all had their ghost radars going. And after the tour, a couple came up to me and asked me if I knew who Paul was. I said, no, I don't recognize that name. And they said, okay, well, we kept getting the name Paul on our Ghost Radar Classic. So we started talking to Paul, and we asked who he was and whether he worked here. And the word that came up was manager. So we asked him what he was the manager of, and the word that came up was everything. So we all laughed about it, because yeah, we wear a lot of hats here at Tampa Theatre, but we still didn't know who Paul was. Until almost a year later, we got a phone call from an art gallery in Dallas. They had gone to auction, and they had bought a bunch of different stuff at the auction, but one of the things in the lot was a photo album with a cover stamped Tampa Theatre. And in it were all of these amazing photos of promotional displays and special events that had happened here at the theater. So they called us and they asked if we wanted our album back, of course. And of course, when we got it, we flipped through it and we oohed and ahed over all these pictures, some of which we had never seen before. But even more interesting to me was the other thing on the cover, where it's stamped Paul Short, Managing Director. So once we knew who and when we were looking for, because all the photos in here are from 1930, we were able to find Paul. Indeed, he was the manager here for 11 months in 1930 before he took another job that took him to Dallas. So all of these dots started to connect that maybe Paul was the one haunting the manager's office. But what really convinced me was the following Halloween. We had our friends from Genesis Paranormal Services here in the building, and having heard the story about the ghost radar, they brought a novelist device, and they set it up here next to the manager's office, and the first word it said was Paul.
Mr. Paul Short, we came here to visit with you. We understand you are the manager of the whole place. You were the big boss. We came to visit with your establishment. We were invited here for a tour and a visit with you. We have 2 devices on the ground. I know you're familiar with them. You've probably seen them 1,000 times. If you'd like to let us know that you're with us today, or if you'd like to interact with us, we'd really appreciate it if you touched either one of them. I'm curious if that goes off again.
Me too.
This thing always spikes when you turn it on. Are you sitting near me anywhere? Are you around me anywhere? Are you standing there watching me because, like the boss, you're supervising? That's what I do when I'm at work. I'm not a manager at work, but I am a superintendent. So I have a management position as well. I just don't have a degree. So that makes me dopey. You can touch this as well if you would like. Any of my devices, please touch them. Let me know that you're here. I would love for you to interact with us. This machine over here will tell me yes or no if you want to play yes or no. This is yes. This is no. Do you like when people visit? I'll let it reset. Why is that thing ticking so much? Is it too close to that lamp?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That thing takes forever to reset. Right?
It does. There it goes.
I'm supposed to play yes, no with that. My lord.
Well, you know what? I think maybe there might be a setting on the bottom. Like I said, I just bought it a couple weeks ago. Mr. Paul, do you like when people visit? Jill's up here. Do you like when people visit? Can you say yes? Do I bother you? Do visitors bother you? Yes, yes. Ghost hunters bother you? You have an amazing place. They keep it very clean. And the staff is amazing with the customers and the public. You should be very proud of them if you're not. If you're not familiar with it, if you don't spend time here a lot. But they do a really good job. Okay, let's go. All right, Mr. Paul, we're going to move on then. You don't want to talk to us? I got 3:38. You're running me out of here? Mr. Paul doesn't look like he wants to talk anyway. All right, Mr. Paul. Let me do 1 minute of Spirit Box.
Oh,
Yeah.
office hours.
Then we'll move off.
It's not office hours. Spirit box is office hours. Office is
Now it's 10. Oh no, it's not. I've got 12 of these. Oh my. Mr. Paul, can you say hello? Oh, did you hear that? I don't know what that was. Can you say hello? Can you say my name? Can you say James? That's a lot of chatter up here that we didn't get down there. Can you say James? Can you say hello? Can you say James? Hello, James? No?
No.
That's fine.
No.
You're the boss. Didn't a lady say James?
I didn't hear it.
Are you ghost hunting with me?
Are you even here?
Are you even ghost hunting with me?
I don't think so. I'm still focused on that thing.
We're gonna go upstairs to talk to Mr. Fink. Do you like Mr. Fink? Is he a problem? All right, Mr. Paul. Thank you.
Now, we don't usually get to bring tour groups up here to the projection booth. There's just not enough space. But for you all, this is kind of the epicenter of Tampa theater haunting. This is the domain of probably our most famous ghost, Fink Finley. Now, Fink was a nickname. Foster was his real name. And Foster was our projectionist here at Tampa Theater in life from 1930 to 1965. 35 years. This was his space, projecting the movies on that screen. Now, Fink did not die in this building. He was actually working up until the end of his life. He had been diagnosed with cancer. He still continued to come to work, often with the help of a co-projectionist named Bill Hunt. And it was Bill who was with him the night that Fink collapsed in this booth. He was taken home and he died a couple of weeks later. But ever since then, every projectionist we've had, from Bill up to the present day, tells us that Fink is still up here 6 days a week, running his projection booth the way he likes it, and making sure that everybody knows that he's still in charge.
Mr. Fink, we came to visit you today. Do you want to talk to us? Miss Jill gave us a special permission to come up and visit with you. Would you like to say hello?
Sentence. Psychic.
Psychic sentence? Is Miss Jill connected with you? Do you know Miss Jill?
Weeps. David, interrupt.
You can interrupt us all you want.
David weeps.
We don't know David.
Abort. Bishop.
Okay.
Suit. Hubble.
Does that have to do with some of the movies you've watched?
Ida.
What did he say? Cold cock?
Devil.
No.
Basement.
Oh. So is there spirits in the basement as well?
To stay. Eggs.
Well, we want to stay for a little while, but I don't want to stay here for good.
That sounds like good exercise advice. Walk off.
You got me, Jay?
Yep.
You got us? We're not going to stay here long. We're not going to bother you long. Every gone? Yeah, we're going to be gone soon. Can you say hello by any chance? Can you say hi?
Haunting.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, there you go.
We'll take that as a sign.
So are you haunting here? How long have you been here? Since the beginning? Haunting. What's the chances to get that? Jeremy, put it on. Listen.
Vowel.
Vowel. Are we playing a game now? Did you play game shows?
I think so.
Can you give us your favorite movie? Or an actor?
I think that was it. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, well, they typically are not active very long.
So
I don't know why that is.
No, they can only.
Minute. Time.
1 minute pace? Sounds like he's talking about the film reels.
Or he's telling you that he can only do it every once in a while.
So you can only do it 1 minute at a time? That's interesting.
Disturb.
We're not trying to disturb you. We apologize for disturbing you.
He's trying to sleep.
I don't know if there's a
We're
big
gonna
anything.
we're gonna say goodbye now. Can you say goodbye? We're gonna leave you alone. We're not gonna disturb you anymore.
It's detecting a face next to Papa.
Oh, that's cool.
Are you beside me? That's recording, right? Please tell me.
It's recording.
Are you standing beside me? The camera's picking up your face. Can you say beside?
I think that's all he's got.
Yeah.
We gotta wait 1 minute. Miss Jill's running out of time.
Region.
Region.
I think we're at the top. I don't know what that means. This is your region. If I'm able, I might come back in a little while with a spirit box. Maybe you could talk to me. If I'd had enough sense, I'd have brought one with me.
Crescent.
Crescent, the Crescent Hotel. We want to go there next, but it's in Arkansas. It's a long ways away. Mr. Fink, right?
Mr. Fink.
Mr. Fink, we're leaving now. Thank you for talking to us. We're not going to.
Johnny Bacon.
You want some bacon? I know I love bacon
Why
too.
is it saying it like bacon?
I don't know why it does that. I have no idea. Do you miss bacon?
I had bacon this morning.
All right, Mr. Fink, we're going to leave now. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you for visiting, letting us visit here. Oh, okay.
I would not have.
All right, haunters. This is where the famous Ghost Brothers were. They were right here in this room. Right here. Right here. Right here. Sitting when this door, or that door opened. Miss Jill was here, so she knows exactly what I'm talking about. What do you got for us, Miss Jill?
So for the longest time, we didn't know there was anything happening down here in dressing room number 2. It was actually a psychic that was in the building back in about 2015 that alerted us that there was an entity in this room, and she's the one who nicknamed him the Trickster. She told us that he's not here to hurt anybody, he's just here to mess with people. She said he's the kind of guy who's going to wait until 5 minutes to show and hide your shoes. Or wait until you're doing your makeup in the mirror and then tug the hair behind you. And as you heard, when the Ghost Brothers came, this was the site of probably their biggest experience in the building. They were doing a mirror gazing session in the mirror behind me, and all of a sudden one of them said, "I think it just got darker in here." And as soon as he said it, the closet door slammed open, and all 3 of them screamed like children and ended up sitting on this counter clutching each other. It was amazing. It was the end of the episode and it was just fantastic. But we've also had people down here tapped on the shoulder when they were standing in the doorway of the bathroom. We've had spirit boxes go crazy down here. We've had flashlights turned off and on. And one of my personal experiences in the building actually happened down here when I went to open the dressing room door one day, and the chair that you're sitting on, was behind the door. Which isn't that scary, but there's only one way in and out of this room, so it would have been really hard to close that door and then set a chair behind it.
Jill says he's more of a trickster. He'll steal your shoes.
We think you're a gentleman that like to play tricks. Would you like to move something for us?
I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody moves, I'm running.
I've seen stuff move before. It doesn't bother me. Can you open the door for me? I would love to be entertained by you moving the door. Can you? Could that be from the lamps? The heat from the lamps?
No, it is a little warm in here though.
Yeah.
But it has been going off hot since you put it out.
Okay, are you tricking me? You wanted me to get up, didn't you? You're tricking me.
His thing scared me.
You're tricking me.
I'm jumpy, man. I'm jumpy.
All right, we're going to turn the envelopes. We're going to give it all of it to you. We're going to give it all to you so you can play with all of this. Talk to me.
Loud. Maybe.
What did he say? Maybe that's too far away. I can't read it.
That's big.
Big? Are you big?
I think he's calling me big.
He's calling you big.
Am I big? I've been in the gym. I'm trying to slim up. I've been trying to get my bench up. How much you bench? Mr. Trickster, how much you bench? Lift that chair.
Was benching a thing, guys?
If you lift that chair, Boo will run out of here.
I will run.
Are you getting the door? Are you getting the door?
Chills.
Chills? Yeah, we would get chills if you moved that chair. Absolutely. Turn that light off.
Excuse you. Okay, I'm leaving.
Where's the other light? How do we turn that light off?
I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna
I want to sit here by myself. With J-Man. Can we turn that light off? Can we turn those lights off?
I don't know.
I'm sitting here by me.
Yeah, the switch on the mirror.
She found it.
All right, J-Man, stay in here with me.
I'll say Sky.
Okay, we turn the light out, so it's just me, you, Sky, and Boo's hiding outside the door. Can you touch any of my devices? We're just here to have a good time with you. We're having a great time today. We're on the Tampa Theatre workout program. We're doing 70,000 steps today
On an incline.
on an incline. Can you touch any of my devices? Why'd you stop talking to me?
Turn this lights
I think he called you a fat American and left.
Well, I mean, I'm not the only fat American. There are lots of us.
There's 3 in the room with you. Hey.
Hey, Jerry. Can you touch any of my devices? Anything? I know it's too early. I know there's a lot of people here, but it would be amazing if you would just touch any of my devices. Okay, I'm gonna put this back over here because you don't talk to me when it's in my hand. I'm gonna put it back over here. What's Alexa? Weather. It's getting bad at home.
Xbox. Scanning.
Severe thunderstorms at home, Boom.
Is it at home?
Yeah.
I said it was supposed to be back here yesterday. It didn't.
All right, Mr. Trickster, talk to me. I can hear you. What? What did he?
I saw him said phone.
I thought he said run. Oh, thank you, Mr. Trickster. You got that? Did you get that?
No, I got that.
Can you touch it? Say that again. I didn't hear that. I can't hear. Don't talk, Jeff. Say that again. It's the same voice. Now, what's up? Nothing. We're just sitting here visiting for another 5 minutes and then we're leaving. Yeah, yes, we're leaving. Yes. I think he said we're leaving. Do you have a name? What did he say, Boo?
I didn't hear him. I'm trying.
Colt?
Colt?
Yeah.
Is your name Cole? Touch one of my devices, if that's right. Did you work here, Cole? All right, Mr. Trickster, I know it's early. Yeah, it's early. Probably not active yet. But we appreciate you speaking with us for a moment. Can you move that door before I leave? Can you scare me? Can you push that fan? I know you can do it. I've seen you do it. Okay. Well, maybe next time. All right, we're going to wrap up, Mr. Trickster. Thank you. Man in the fedora. We're getting ready to leave. We came to visit. Would you like to say hello by touching any of my devices? I know we come unannounced.
We didn't get a chance to see this earlier.
And we didn't get a chance to talk to you earlier, but we wanted to visit everyone before we left. Again with the heat sensor. You think it's something wrong with the REM pods?
I don't know.
That is so
Every single
bizarre.
place except for, no, they all went off. Or maybe it's Cowboy. Every time we said it did.
Well, that's you, Mr. Fedora. Thank you. Now it went off. It can't be getting hotter in here. It's got to be
No,
something.
we're right on an AC duct. It's not hot here at all. It's cold on here.
Yeah,
It's cold.
feels good. Mr. Fedora.
There's not even nothing on that either.
I know. They just stopped talking to me. I don't know why. Okay.
Well,
Yes, yes.
Here.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
he's here.
And he's touching that
And he's
too.
touching.
Mr. Fedora, thank you. You made our day. We didn't get much conversation from the other residents here, but thank you. Can you do that? Can you do that one more time?
You gotta work on that thing. It takes too long.
I don't know how to change it. That's amazing. Okay. Well, we're sorry that we passed you on the tour, but Miss Jill was trying to get us to the top to bottom, and we went right by you. So we apologize. We know this is your theater, and we appreciate you being here. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for that. All right, haunters. Oh, that was me. That was me. I scared myself. I caught my own self on my device. All right, haunters, thank you so much for joining us. We enjoyed the tour. Miss Jill, thank you so much. Get a shot of Miss Jill. Let her wave goodbye to all the haunters.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Miss Jill.
He's talking.
Is he talking? Well, he's going to continue talking, but our time is up here, haunters. We're going to get our gear. We're going to get out of Miss Jill's, out of the space, because we got another group coming behind us. Thank you all so much for joining us. This place is amazing. I would suggest anyone that has an opportunity to stop downtown Tampa and see the Tampa Theater. It's well worth your time. We'll see you on the next one, haunters.